this very moment you are listening to these words, you are not simply seeing black letters on a screen. You are experiencing them. Somewhere inside your mind, thoughts are forming, questions are appearing, and an invisible observer is quietly watching everything unfold. But have you ever stopped to ask who that observer actually is? Your heart beats without your permission, your lungs breathe on their own, and billions of cells perform countless tasks every second without asking for your attention. Yet somehow, in the middle of all this biological activity, there exists a silent awareness that says, "I am here." This awareness is called consciousness, and despite thousands of years of philosophy and decades of scientific research, nobody has fully explained why it exists. Consciousness is perhaps the most familiar thing in our lives, and at the same time, the greatest mystery we have ever encountered. We know what it feels like to experience happiness, sadness, fear, or curiosity, but explaining why these experiences exist at all is a completely different challenge. A computer can process information, a camera can record an image, and an artificial intelligence system can answer questions. But do any of them actually experience the world? Or are they simply performing calculations without any inner life? If a machine says it is afraid, is it truly feeling fear, or is it only producing the most likely response? Surprisingly, science still cannot give a definite answer. For thousands of years, humanity has searched for an explanation. Ancient philosophers believed consciousness was evidence of a soul that existed beyond the physical body. Religious traditions described it as a connection between humans and something greater than themselves. In the 17th century, the philosopher René Descartes reached one famous conclusion: "I think, therefore I am." He argued that everything could be questioned except one undeniable fact. If he was thinking, then someone had to exist to do the thinking. Even today, this simple statement remains one of the strongest foundations of philosophy. Yet it leaves us with another question that is even more difficult. What exactly is the thing that is aware of those thoughts? Modern neuroscience has revealed astonishing details about the human brain. Around 86 billion neurons communicate through electrical signals, creating memories, emotions, decisions, and perceptions. Scientists can observe which regions become active when we recognize a face, remember a childhood event, or solve a difficult problem. However, understanding how the brain processes information is not the same as understanding why those processes create a private inner experience. Philosopher David Chalmers called this puzzle the hard problem of consciousness. Why does a collection of neurons produce the feeling of seeing the color blue or hearing your favorite song, instead of simply processing information like a machine? The mystery becomes even stranger when we realize that we can never directly prove another person's consciousness. You assume your friends, family, and even strangers have thoughts and feelings because they behave like you do. But you can never enter another mind to confirm it. Every human being lives inside a private universe of experiences that nobody else can fully access. You know with absolute certainty that you are conscious, yet everything beyond your own awareness is ultimately in a... For thousands of years, humanity has searched for an answer, yet consciousness continues to hide behind the very thing we use to search for it: our own minds. Plato imagined that the world we experience is only a shadow of a deeper reality, suggesting that the true nature of existence lies beyond our senses. Aristotle believed that consciousness was inseparable from life itself, while René Descartes reached one undeniable conclusion: "I think, therefore I am." Even if every belief, memory, and perception could be questioned, the act of questioning proved that an observer existed. Centuries later, David Hume challenged this idea by asking whether there is really a permanent self at all. When we look inside, do we find a single observer, or only an endless stream of thoughts, emotions, and memories flowing like a river? Immanuel Kant took another step, arguing that we never experience reality exactly as it is. Instead, our minds actively build the world we perceive, meaning that every color, sound, and sensation may be a construction created by consciousness itself. In the modern era, philosopher David Chalmers introduced what he called the hard problem of consciousness. Science can explain how neurons fire, how memories form, and how information travels through the brain. But none of those explanations answer the simplest question of all. Why does any of it feel like something? Why does seeing a sunset create beauty instead of merely processing wavelengths of light? Why does pain hurt instead of simply sending signals? Somewhere between electrical activity and personal experience lies a mystery that science has yet to cross. Perhaps consciousness is nothing more than an incredibly complex biological process that evolution accidentally produced. Perhaps it is an emergent property, like a hurricane forming from countless moving particles. Or perhaps it is something far stranger, a fundamental feature of reality itself, as basic as space, time, or gravity. Some thinkers have even suggested that consciousness is the universe observing itself through billions of different perspectives. Think about that for a moment. The atoms in your body were forged inside ancient stars billions of years ago. They traveled through exploding galaxies, became part of planets, oceans, plants, and eventually you. Matter that once floated silently through space now asks questions about its own existence. The universe has somehow arranged itself into a form capable of wondering why it exists. And maybe that is the greatest mystery of all. Right now, millions of people are watching sunsets, falling in love, reading books, feeling pain, laughing with friends, or silently staring at the night sky. Every one of them is the center of a private universe that nobody else can enter. You can describe your thoughts, your memories, and your dreams, but no one will ever experience them exactly as you do. Consciousness remains the most personal and yet the most universal phenomenon we know. Perhaps one day humanity will solve this puzzle and consciousness will become just another chapter in a science textbook. Or perhaps every answer will simply reveal another question waiting behind it. Until then, the greatest mystery in existence is not hidden inside a black hole or at the edge of the observable universe. It is the silent awareness reading these words right now. So, before this video ends, pause for just a second and ask yourself one final question. Out of nearly 8 billion people on Earth, countless planets in our galaxy, and trillions of galaxies across the cosmos, why are you experiencing reality through these eyes and not anyone else's? Maybe the answer is waiting to be discovered. Or maybe the search itself is what makes consciousness so extraordinary.